As it said up there, I'm the program director. So my role at Lighthouse is about 25% of my time out of a 40-hour week is spent doing administrative things, supervising staff, odds and ends that help the program run in general, and then 75% of my time is spent specifically interacting and mentoring teenagers. We're open Monday through Friday, 2 to 10. It's after school hours. Everything's free for the teenagers. They only have to be in school in order to come up. So we have a wide variety from 6th grade to 12th grade, if you can about imagine the differences that we have. A very diverse population. We're in the center of Lincoln pretty much. Only blocks away, a couple years ago, they did an actual an analysis of Lincoln, and they put like a middle dot, and we were just like pretty close to being pretty much smack dab in the middle of Lincoln. I've been there 12 years, so I've got to see a lot of teenagers start at 13 and graduate, and then now I'm friends with a lot of them that have graduated. There is a lot of staff turnover in this career field, because when you're working with people, it is kind of a burnout. You know, you want to help everybody, you want to be involved, and then there's just you're dealing with people. People take a lot of energy, or give you energy, depending on kind of the person you are. In that 25%, I know this is kind of talking about careers, right? So I kind of want to touch on a little bit of like what I've experienced in like the last 12 years that I've been there. I also went to UNL. I had a psychology degree and a sociology minor. Now I went back and got my teaching, my master's in teaching. I'm kind of a teacher, but not really. So it was just really interesting to me. So when I was here, I actually I started working there part-time. I was able to work there and then took internship hours as credit hours and get paid to work there at the same time. And that was now 15 years ago, I guess, when I did that, 12 years ago, I guess. So I don't know if that's an option, but that's how I kind of started. I finished my degree while I was working there and was able to do some of my coursework and classwork on the teenagers, with the teenagers while I was there. I would have never thought that I would have had been responsible for doing the website. Like, part of my 25%, I had to build a website and maintain it. You know, I know this is very technological age here. Maybe you guys know how to do that, but I had no idea. So, and when you're working with nonprofits, they try to cut the corners as much as possible. And so you might end up, you know, as I said, a dual role. You know, my role is not only there interacting with teenagers, my role is there to also supervise, do incident reports, maintain website, go to meetings, you know, do communication classes, media classes, you know, stuff like that I wouldn't have thought that I needed when I just wanted to work with people, you know. Psychology, understanding how adolescents work is a huge, I mean, you learn firsthand, obviously, but understanding how their mind works too, developmentally, is a huge deal too. Everybody there, we have many different roles. We have a food program coordinator. His job is 75% preparing food and 25% kind of interacting with teenagers. He gets to come in and cook an evening meal and an afternoon snack for the teenagers. So, you know, that's another job in the field. We work with the schools, so we have somebody that connects the schools up with the teenagers so that we can monitor their grades and help them achieve their goal of ultimately graduating. We do require at Lighthouse a high school diploma to work there. You don't need that's a part-time position. We have a couple part-time positions. And then as you get up, then we do require a college degree of some sort, 2 years. We don't usually swap the experience for the college degree, because that education is extremely important with working where we're at. We have the salary range, $22,000 to $45,000. I do get full benefits at where I work. They try to be competitive. I'm lucky to work for a place that believes that in order to keep good staff, you have to be competitive with their wages. Otherwise, you know, as much as you love your job, you're still going to look probably for somewhere else that pays you better. You don't work in this field for the money. my position, and along with the other positions, the 75% of your time is pretty non-negotiable. Like, it starts at 2, and then I'm off 3 days at 5, 2 days at 10. Now, up until 2 o'clock, I have 15 hours a week that I can just put wherever I want, you know. Monday, very flexible. Monday and Tuesday, I think I put in like 4 or 5 extra hours on Monday and Tuesday, so I went shopping yesterday for a little bit, you know. Like, the flexibility of my job is really awesome. It stinks that 2 nights a week I have to work till 10, that I can't be home putting my children to bed, but my husband does that, and because those 2 nights a week till 10, I can then spend 2 hours a week at my child's school, you know. It works for us. It doesn't always work for everybody, but it's been able to work really well with the balance of things. So it's always after, it's always after school, 2 to 5 and 2 to 10. And most part-time shifts would be like 5 to 8, and then filling in for when other staff were gone. So that would be kind of our main shift. Our busiest time is really from 4 to 8, and we see, I guess I should have said that, we see like 60 teenagers a day. Last year we saw over 790 teenagers walk through the door. It's pretty insane sometimes.